Well, good Saturday morning to everyone. I hope that you got a good night's sleep and have a day maybe getting some family chores done or spending some time together without the interruption of work and school and all that. And that you have plans for tomorrow to step away from the routine of daily life into something that is way more important, and that's spending time with your God in worship. And I want to encourage you, no matter where you're listening to this from, to have a church family where you can spend time in worship. And I just love that time with the church family, and the digital part of it just doesn't cut it for me. And so anyway, I wanted to show you something here that I think that we could easily overlook, and I'll probably come back to this chapter on Monday. But in Mark chapter number 6, Jesus points out our needs. The need to break away from the daily routine into a place where we can rest in Him. And so in Mark chapter number 6, verse number 30, it says, "And the apostles gathered themselves together unto Jesus and told him all things, both what they had done and what they had taught. And he said unto them, Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat." And so Jesus points out this incredible need for us to pull apart from all of our activity and spend time with Him. And so, and then He's going to go in and He's going to show us just how difficult that is. And so verse number 32 says, "And they departed into a desert place by ship privately. And the people saw them departing and knew Him, and ran afoot thither out of all cities, and outwent them, and came unto them." And so they knew where the ship was going to go, and whatever body of water it was, they were able to make their way to where they thought or pretty sure Jesus and His disciples were going, because Jesus really stayed in a certain region. And so they outwent them. That's an interesting thing. They outran them, got them there before them. Maybe your kids do that. You walk in, you want to sit in that comfortable chair, and your kids bolt past you and sit down in it before you can get to it. Well, that's kind of the mentality or the thinking here, that we need to break apart into this specifically designed place to recharge our batteries. Jesus will call it the church in the New Testament, that place where we break away from the routine of daily living. And this bubble is different than all the other things that we do. We spend time listening and singing and relating in a much different way when we're there. And he goes on, he says, "And the people saw them departing, and they knew them." Verse 34 says, "And Jesus, when He came out, saw much people, and was moved with compassion toward them, because they were as sheep not having a shepherd. And He began to teach them many things." And what it'll head into is a great time of teaching instead of a time of rest. And so we know that not only do we need time to break away and worship the Lord and just be with the Lord, time that's different than our daily routine or the rest of our lives throughout the week. And so, yet at the same time, Jesus also saw needs, and He met needs. And so sometimes we go to that desert place called church, and we try to break away for the Lord for the Lord's recharging, but then we get there and there are needs there. So there's a twofold thing happening. I want to encourage you, if you're spending all of your time just in that standard routine and you never break away, not one moment of time is isolated for you to break away in a week and spend time with the Lord. I'm not talking about your 5-minute devotion in the morning or this video. I'm talking about breaking away for enough time for you to actually go, and so just that sigh of relief, then you need to put that back in. Something that COVID has done is it destroyed our schedules, and we moved things around to make it fit for ourselves. And what we forgot to put back in, or what we forgot to leave room for, was our time with our church family and our rest. And that time, that season should have already passed, and we should be back. And so I want to encourage you, get back to that routine of being with the Lord, recharging your batteries, worshiping Him. You will noticeably see the difference. Well, I hope that helps you have not only a great day, but a great rest of your weekend.